Running is a brain-dead activity, right? You just move one foot in front of the other. Well, although you maybe don't need to be Einstein to be able to run, if you run consistently, it will actually change your brain. It's true, being a runner has physically changed my brain. What's actually in here? And I don't think that without this brain update that I could have managed to do some of the things that I have done in my work and my life. I have dug down into the actual science and all of these studies around this, and it's so fascinating what I just did out there running a bit, it does to my brain over time. And there are so many reasons to run, but this one, how it affects our brain, I think sometimes is a bit overlooked. So let's talk about what running is already doing to your brain if you're a runner, and what it could do for your brain if you're not a runner yet. Let's start by talking about the overall brain function. And the hippocampus is a crucial part of the brain involved in memory and learning. And this study here from 2011 showed that regular aerobic exercise increases the actual size of the hippocampus. And this growth is linked to improved memory and general cognitive function. Going to the gym and lifting weights to build big muscles might be cool, but to grow a bigger brain and a more well-functioning brain, I must say, is way cooler actually. This part of the brain that is called the hippocampus actually naturally shrinks by itself as you become an older adult. So just by running or cycling or fast walking or basically doing any aerobic exercise that gets your heart pumping for a prolonged time, you can fight this part of aging and keep your brain big and well-functioning as long as possible. After running and training consistently throughout my whole life, a couple of years ago when I was getting my heart checked, it was found out that I have a heart defect that I was born with. And while the doctors were investigating this more, I stopped training altogether for a couple of months. And this is when I found out the real reason that I want to have running as a part of my life as long as physically possible. Because in my whole life I have been really competitive, wanting to train hard and win races. But when all training was taken away from me, I didn't care about those races at all anymore, to be honest. I just missed running and what it did to my mood and my overall well-being. So getting the green light to continue training after a lot of investigations around my heart, it was just such a great feeling. And I immediately noticed how it changed so many parts of my life and made me enjoy life a lot more. And I don't think most people in society or even people working in medicine professionally understand actually how effective and powerful running or any sort of aerobic endurance training in general can be. This study here showed that just 30 minutes of moderate daily endurance training worked as well as antidepressive medicine for people suffering from a non-severe depression. And eating medicine like that, although of course is needed for some people, comes with a risk of a bunch of negative side effects. While running, on the other hand, comes with a lot of positive side effects. Almost only positive side effects if you manage to dose it correctly and don't overdo it. In Sweden, where I come from, there are right now, out of the 10.5 million people living there, 1.2 million people that take antidepressive medicine. And part of this the government pays for, and it's great that people who struggle gets help. But what I found super frustrating when studying to become a physiotherapist at university was that I learned that the government in Sweden doesn't put as much money and resources into providing help, knowledge and support to these people to get into a healthy, consistent training regime. Although we have all of these studies with amazing results showing how powerful it can be, I guess it's easier to prescribe a pill than putting in the money, time and effort to motivate someone into training. Which I get, it is really hard, but I would argue if we could help some of the people suffering from non-severe depression into a healthy training regime, the positive outcome for the whole society would be so great. I'm not saying this would work for absolutely everyone, of course, but in my opinion, we should at least try. I'm guessing that you heard of, or most probably also experienced, that great feeling of runner's high. Basically the mood boost you can get during and directly after a run. This phenomenon is due to the release of endocannabinoids, or however you pronounce that. That's a complicated word. But it's basically chemicals in the brain that lead to feelings of euphoria and relaxation. So research suggests that these chemicals are more potent after aerobic activities like running. So if you can just get yourself out of the door, it can help a lot with your current state of mind. I had so many days where I feel like crap and I really don't want to go out and run, but you never tend to regret it if you get out there just for a bit and get some of that runner's high feeling. I guess this has to do with that our bodies and brains and us as human beings are not made for sitting still all day, like the modern lifestyle often makes us do. So it seems like running promotes neurogenesis, which is basically the creation of new neurons inside your brain. A study done in Nature of Neuroscience found that physical activities like running increase the production of these neurons in the brain, which basically enhance your neural plasticity, which allows for better adaptation and cognitive flexibility. It should be said that this study was done on mouse, but the experts in the field seem to agree that these findings is transferable to humans. So once again, this is a physical change that most probably happens in your brain from just putting one foot in front of the other. Have you ever had a great idea while on a run? Well, many of my best ideas for videos, for example, for my YouTube channel that you're watching right now, comes when I'm out running. And if I'm stuck in a creative process, going for a run has helped me so many times. And this is also supported by research that suggests that running may spark creativity by introducing a sort of flow, a focused mental state where the challenge you face and the skills sort of align. Studies including a 2014 Stanford trial link exercises to enhanced creative thinking, likely due to improved brain connectivity and neurogenesis and neuroplasticity, which we talked about earlier. Running can often be hard, especially if you push yourself in training and in races. And this, I think, is such an added benefit to your mindset and how your brain works when tackling other challenges you can face in your everyday life. Because we humans are great at being lazy, laying on the sofa, saving our energy, and not doing hard things. But I found that running can really help you build a mental resilience. This is the main reason I like to do some pretty extreme things now and then, like running tough ultra marathons. Because I think that the mental toughness of getting through something really hard and doing something that you truly believed were impossible for your body to handle bleeds off into other areas in my life. So if you're a runner, congrats for the brain update you are giving yourself with every single run. If you're struggling with motivation to get out on those runs now and then, you should watch this video here. Train smart, it will help you become even smarter, and I will see you in the next video.